boldly declaring that his fellow Dagestani fighter Magomed Ankalaev will defeat the Brazilian knockout artist once again. Meanwhile, tensions continue to escalate as Ankalaev himself says Pereira is never coming back and is ready to move on to new challengers after months of waiting for their highly anticipated rematch.
So, if the UFC decides to go down that path, how do you see that fight going with Alex Pereira?
I could have come out here today and wrestled against Johnny Walker. Could have taken him down right away and won with my ground and pound on the ground. But instead, I wanted to send a message. I wanted to stand up and I wanted to knock him out. And that's what I did. Now, for Glover Teixeira, I have a message. Don't waste your time trying to teach your student how to wrestle or grapple. He's not going to need it. I'm going to come out there. I'm going to stand across from him. And I know that he's been knocked out before as a middleweight. So imagine what's going to happen if I meet him in light heavyweight. Trust me, he's not going to feel comfortable there.
What's behind this brewing storm in the 205-pound division? Let's break it down. Our top story tonight centers around reigning light heavyweight champion Magomed Ankalaev's growing impatience with Alex Pereira
to get a rematch against Ankalaev. Generally, for a rematch to happen, particularly in a main event, particularly for a world championship, you start that.
Since capturing the title with a unanimous decision victory over Pereira at UFC 313 in March, Ankalaev has been waiting for what seemed like an inevitable rematch. However, that rematch appears no closer to happening than it did months ago. On Sunday, the frustrated champion took to social media with a definitive statement. Alex is done. He's never coming back. Let's move on. June, July, August, I said yes.
Alex would never been the champ. It was engineered. UFC have some of the best matchmakers in the world. He was a scary guy, touching people, knocking them out. But he fought a whole bunch of mediocre strikers. Ankalaev should have been champion 2-3 years ago. Hunter Campbell, Mick Maynard, all the UFC, all sandbagging him. And they was praying to lose. They will fight again. It's going to be worse for Alex.
According to Ankalaev, he has accepted fight dates 3 separate times, only to have Pereira turn them down each time. The Russian fighter claims both Pereira and former champion Jiří Procházka declined offers for International Fight Week, leaving the division in limbo. For his part, Pereira has remained largely silent about the potential rematch, though he did post a cryptic message about the UFC playing with him, before quickly claiming his account had been hacked, something Ankalaev later took credit for in typical fashion.
Do you want your next fight to be against Ankalaev?
Same.
Yes.
Expect that your next fight will be against Ankalaev.
Same percent.
100%. But if they come out with a date and be August, I'm going to be prepared and I'm going to be ready for it.
When would be the ideal month for the fight?
Mês ideal, Agosto.
August.
Okay.
As soon as the contract gets in, I'm signed. August against Ankalaev.
You like that?
100%.
That's enough time?
I want him to fight tomorrow.
Oh, you want him to, you don't want him to have a break?
Oh.
Why not?
No, I want him to have a break like he's having right now.
Yeah.
Right? The guy fought 4 times in 1 year. But I don't want to let it sit 1 year, 2 years, 6 months. Alex lost in the eyes of the judges, and he was on an off day, right? Some people sometimes can go to work and be the best day, sometimes you're not. But it's not that he got to reinvent the wheel. Alex is ready. He was a champ, and he's ready to become the champion again tomorrow.
Adding fuel to the fire, lightweight champion Islam Makhachev has entered the conversation with a clear warning message directed at Alex Pereira. Makhachev, who shares the same Dagestani roots as Ankalaev, has publicly backed his fellow champion, suggesting that Pereira would face the same fate in a rematch that he did in their first encounter. The lightweight king's support carries significant weight in the MMA world, as he represents the elite level of Dagestani fighting prowess that has dominated the UFC in recent years. His warning to Pereira isn't just talk, it's backed by the proven track record of fighters from the region. When Ankalaev defeated Pereira at UFC 313, he made history as the first Dagestani fighter to actually dethrone a reigning UFC champion, a feat that even legends like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev himself didn't achieve, as both claimed vacant titles rather than defeating sitting champions. Let's revisit that shocking night at UFC 313 that changed everything in the light heavyweight division.
The fight that he got before he fought in the UFC, did you ever see that one?
No.
Is the most vicious left hook knockout of all time. He hits a dude with a high kick, the guy blocks it, he steps, the guy steps, whack! He just cleanly, he's got that long frame. He's so long, and there's all this torque, and he just torques his whole body and whips across. It sounds like a baseball bat hitting a watermelon. Just whop! His power is crazy.
Going into the fight, many expected Alex Pereira's devastating knockout power to be the deciding factor. The Brazilian had been on a legendary run, becoming a 2-division champion in just 7 fights and earning UFC Fighter of the Year honors alongside Ilia Topuria.
Ankalaev clearly won that fight. He controlled him for all 5 rounds with his pressure and his controlling on cage. And Alex have 0 grappling skills on the cage. Send him Dagestan 2-3 years and forget. Because that's the only way he gonna learn. He can't learn in Brazil. Who give this guy Alex black belt? It need to be investigated in my opinion. He is more like pink belt.
But Ankalaev had other plans. The 32-year-old Russian controlled the fight from the opening bell, using relentless pressure and superior striking to neutralize Pereira's trademark power shots. The judges scored the bout 48-47 and 48-47, 49-46 in favor of Ankalaev. What made the victory even more impressive was that Ankalaev won primarily through striking, the very domain where Pereira was considered nearly untouchable. While many expected Ankalaev's wrestling to be the key, it was his boxing combinations and front kicks that turned the tide. After the fight, an emotional Ankalaev said, "I can't put it into words. It's been such a long wait to reach my dream. The title is on my waist. We have another belt now."
I was going to say, it sounds like a rematch. I asked Dana, and he said he's not sure, but a rematch probably makes sense, given it was close. I mean, is that the fight you want the most? And if so, how soon would you like to do it?
Я готов. Я никогда не выбирал соперников, не выбирал дату. Так что мы ждем предложений, и мы легкостью примем это предложение. Если хотят реванш, то двери открыты.
Yes, I never picked my opponent, so I'm very much happy and ready for a rematch. Whenever UFC offers it to us, if we'll see what the date is, we'll be happy to accept it.
The victory extended Ankalaev's unbeaten streak to 12 fights since 2018, finally claiming the gold that slipped through his fingers in 2022, when a controversial split draw with Jan Blachowicz cost him the title. With the rematch situation in flux, the light heavyweight division faces an uncertain future. Recent reports suggest that UFC 320 on October 4th could finally host the long-awaited sequel between Ankalaev and Pereira. If confirmed, this would mark a critical turning point for a weight class that's been stuck in limbo for months. Ankalaev has made his intentions crystal clear, posting on social media. Dana White announced my next fight on October 4th. I'm knocking Alex out this time. There is no other way. Get ready for the big show.
Alex Pereira today went on record saying that he saw in the hotel that there was food delivered for you to eat, which means that you do not fast. As you said, that you're not going according to what Ramadan's supposed to be. So what can you say about that? Yeah, I mean, he's obviously really worried about me and what I'm doing, and he seems to be nervous, so he's following all these things. And I mean, what can I say? I'll tell you again, I had to break the fast a couple times because there's something that I need to do in order to make the weight and in order to be prepared. So, he seems to be way too concerned with that. I mean, even if he goes to a fridge right now and he opens the food and he'll see that there's food with my name on it, the UFC food that was given to me. If he wants, he can take it.
Meanwhile, other contenders are positioning themselves for future opportunities. Dominic Reyes, who once pushed John Jones to the limit, has outlined a 2-fight path back to title contention, targeting matches with Khalil Rountree Jr. and a rematch with Jiří Procházka. The division also features an intriguing matchup between Procházka and Rountree, reportedly set for the undercard of the potential Pereira-Ankalaev rematch, with the winner likely earning the next title shot. The light heavyweight division stands at a crossroads, with Islam Makhachev's warning echoing through the MMA world and Magomed Ankalaev's patience wearing thin. All eyes are on Alex Pereira's next move. Will the former champion step up for the rematch and attempt to reclaim his throne? Or will Ankalaev be forced to move on to fresh challengers, leaving one of the sport's biggest stars in the rearview mirror? One thing is certain, when these elite fighters finally collide again, fireworks are guaranteed. We'll continue following this developing story and bring you the latest updates as they unfold. That's all for tonight's UFC update. Stay tuned for more breaking news from the world of mixed martial arts.